Wrdw.com. From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, First at 5.
This evening, dangerous heat is hitting us across our area. On your screen right now, you can see that heat index throughout the day. Yikes, we have just been baking with the heat index over 100 degrees for most of the day. Our Nick Veland is standing by, probably even sweating at this point, waiting to give us the latest from the Cross Creek matchup tonight. But first, Riley, this dangerous heat is going to be here, until at least sundown?
Yeah, at least through the weekend, Mayor. So unfortunately, we're just going to kind of copy and paste this really intense summer heat and humidity again all the way through Saturday and Sunday afternoon. And we actually did tie a record high temperature today at Bush Field. We're waiting on the official climate report to come out about 5:20 to where that may show we actually hit 100 and possibly broke the record. But right now, all I'm seeing is that I can verify that we have been able to get up to 99 so far today in Augusta, which does tie that record back in 1968. So not only is it a record high for today, it's also the hottest temperature we have seen recorded at Bush Field so far for 2023. We do have heat advisories in effect for our western counties, not only through this evening, but they are going to stay in effect Saturday and Sunday afternoon. So not expecting really much relief from this heat and humidity over the next several days. Here's looking at the current heat index across the area. So 102 is what it's feeling like at Bush Field, possibly up close to 110 in a few spots here along the Savannah River. So definitely dangerous heat and humidity. And we're thinking about those athletes tonight. We've actually seen a lot of game times pushed to 8 p.m. instead of that usual 7:30 kickoff, because at 7 o'clock we're still going to be in the mid 90s and it's going to feel like probably close to 100. So I think good move by the school systems there. Have an update on the weekend forecast in just a bit. Let's get a quick update now on your First Alert traffic.
And now, First Alert traffic.
All right, first, folks, I want to give you an update that we actually are looking at traffic in Columbia County. All lanes of traffic on Columbia Road at Heyman Circle are closed. This is because of a down power line there. We're going to continue watching that and let you know when lanes do reopen. But this is actually a live look at Lewiston Road. So if you were to follow Lewiston Road all the way to Columbia Road, you kind of get close to where that closed part of Columbia Road is. But right now, looking at decent traffic there on portions of William Few Parkway, Lewiston Road. We're dry right now, and it is intensely hot. We'll take a look at some better storm chances this weekend in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. And like Riley just said, we're nearing record-breaking highs today. In just the last hour, Richmond County Schools decided to push back 4 different games. South Carolina already made that call for 5 of their games earlier today. All right, parents, take a look here. These are the games now starting at 8 o'clock tonight in Richmond County. Cross Creek at Glen Hills, Aquinas at Westside, Hephzibah at Laney, and Savannah at the Academy of Richmond County. Now, on our South Carolina side, at least 5 games, as we mentioned, have been pushed back. A big one we're covering tonight is the Strom-Thurmond Midland Valley High School game. The rest of the games you can see right there on your screen. Again, all of these games now start at 8 o'clock tonight because of the heat. And our Nick Veland is live at Cross Creek High School ahead of tonight's game against Glen Hills. And Nick, this is one of those games that's been pushed back over these high temperatures. How much of a factor is the heat out there right now?
Yeah, Meredith, it's hot out here right now. Probably the only cloud in the sky right now is blocking the sun, so it's actually not too hot as of this moment right here, right now. But throughout the day, the coach, I've talked to Cross Creek's head coach, and he tells me that, that he's been pushing athletes to eat and drink well all week long to prepare for tonight's game outside. And outside is something that's going to be unfamiliar with them because they've been forced to practice inside all week in their gym and lifting weights. We saw them lifting and stretching today around 2, 3 o'clock, just getting prepared for this one tonight.
Now, Nick, this is week 2, but it's Cross Creek's first game. So what's that situation like going into tonight?
Well, Cross Creek's definitely coming in with, a little bit less preparation than some teams. They haven't had any game experience going into this one, which that's a crucial part of your team. Normally week 1 is where you kind of work out some kinks and really, strive to get better for week 2. Now they're going in as if it was week 1 for them, and then coming off of a week of practice inside, it's not going to be an easy one for them tonight. They're definitely going to, have some hiccups early on in this game, just, getting used to game experience. And that's what, the coach emphasized to me, that all week, even though practice was inside, they're trying to keep, the momentum up as much as possible, and so that they can, get some good experience going into tonight's game.
All right, thanks, Nick. Again, that game canceled last week because of security concerns, because of a big fight at Butler. And again, make sure you're staying hydrated, Nick, and that you can find some shade. We'll check back with you in the next half hour for our Under the Lights coverage. Get some water, too, while you're at it. A Columbia gas station owner accused of killing a 14-year-old denied bond again. Richland County deputies say 58-year-old Rick Chow chased Cyrus Carmack Belton from his store back in May. Chow accused the teen of stealing water bottles, but authorities say the teenager did not steal anything. During character testimony today, we learned Chow was a computer science professor at USC Upstate for more than 20 years. The teenager's mother is still demanding more arrests in that case. In Richland County, 2 football games are canceled because of a surge in COVID cases. Officials say the Spring Valley Junior Varsity and Varsity games are canceled because of a number of athletes. They're just too sick to play tonight. The district says it's increasing its cleanings of common touch points in response. Are you taking a live look now at the CDC's COVID hospital admissions map? That's where you can see all the counties in our area. They are green. There are no counties in red across the entire U.S., but you can see some there are in yellow. In Richmond County, the school district has released the 5 finalists for the 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year. They posted this video on Facebook making the announcement. Let's take a look.
Class, how are you? All right, I'm Ken Bradshaw. I'm your superintendent of schools, and I'm here to make a very special announcement, which you're one of the 5 finalists for the Richmond County Teacher of the Year. County Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much. So we're so excited. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. One of the 5 finalists.
I'm dreaming right now. Dude. Oh my God. Is this real?
Yes, it is.
And congratulations to all the finalists. If you want to learn more about them, you can check out our website. The winner will be announced coming up September the 28th. A popular gas station and convenience store chain trying to expand in our area to a rather mixed reception. It is a Savannah-based chain with dozens of locations across Georgia and South Carolina, known for a hot bar serving food all day long with its convenience store and gas pumps. In both Aiken and Columbia counties, neighbors squashed attempts to expand there, but as Parker's Kitchen CEO Greg Parker explains, coming to our area is part of the bigger picture.
We believe in growing in concentric circles where our brand is located. So if you put Savannah in the center, we're growing around that. So we're growing up all the way to Myrtle Beach. I love this area. A lot of the people in this area are familiar with Parker's. And so it makes sense. It's a bolt-on. It's in that area, that sweep of the geographic areas, the concentric circles around where Savannah is.
Parker's Kitchen is set to open in Augusta sometime next year. To check out our full interview with Parker's CEO, you can go to our website, wrdw.com. Last year, some parts of South Carolina experienced rolling blackouts amid frigid temperatures on Christmas Eve, and much of the state very narrowly avoided them. Now, the head of one of the state's electric cooperatives is warning that if action isn't taken to expand South Carolina's power capacity soon, this could become commonplace. Our State House reporter Mary Green has those details.
Leaders in South Carolina's energy sector say the state's power capacity must expand. The CEO of Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative believes nuclear energy is the best long-term solution, but he calls natural gas the bridge fuel to get there.
The problem we have in South Carolina is we don't have enough natural gas pipelines inside the state lines.
Bob Pauling says retired coal plants, like one formerly operated by then SCENG in Colleton County, have the infrastructure to be converted into a natural gas plant. But just the permitting process to get this done would take years, time that Pauling says the state doesn't have to waste. He hopes a new working group called Power SC, formed by Governor Henry McMaster and made up of state agency representatives, is what can bring together the state's utilities, environmental groups, and other stakeholders to advance these conversations. That group met for the first time Thursday in Columbia.
If you're building a transmission line, if you're putting in a pipe, you're expanding pipeline capacity, if you're building a new generation plant, these are not items that just take place in 12 months. These are multi-year planning efforts. So the reason the governor has asked us in this working group to convene now is to prepare for the future and to make sure that we have reliable, affordable power for our citizens and for our economic growth and prosperity.
What Pauling and state leaders say makes this so imperative is the growth that South Carolina is experiencing right now in terms of both population and industry. Because more people and more manufacturers coming here means more power will need to be used. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
The Rocket is an attachment for your stroller that promises to help calm down crying babies. We're putting it to the test after the break. Riley?
Well, we got a heat advisory in effect this weekend. We could see severe storms this weekend, and then we could get hit by a tropical storm next week. Lots to talk about. That full forecast next.
Rely on Ramjack Foundation Repair.
Welcome back, folks. Live look at SRP Park. It's going to be hot there on the Savannah River tonight for the Green Jackets game. 7:05 first pitch. It's STEM night, and it's also Girl Scout night, so it should be fun out there, but make sure you are drinking plenty of water. 97 degrees. We've been up to 99 so far today in Augusta. It feels like 102. The peak heat index so far around town has been around 105 for us here in Augusta, but other spots have been a little bit hotter. Definitely dangerous heat and humidity, so that's why we're really focusing on these high school football games this evening. We mentioned that all Richmond County schools games here in the county are going to be pushed back to 8 p.m. tonight, and many of our Aiken County schools also pushing that kickoff to 8 p.m. Reason is still at around 7:30. We'll still be in the 90s, feeling like close to 100, so just pushing it back 30 minutes, we'll just drop those temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees, so feeling a little bit better, but best of luck to all our teams out there tonight. Heat advisories in effect tonight through 8 p.m., and we're going to copy and paste that again Saturday and Sunday, so just expecting no real relief from the heat or humidity through the weekend. Once we get to next week, it does finally improve for us, and that's going to be, thankfully, from a lot of rain that's going to be moving in for us Sunday all the way through the middle of next week. Here's our high temperatures tomorrow, going with highs near 100 again for most spots. If you don't get up to 100 on the actual temperature, it will definitely feel like it. That heat index could be up to 110 tomorrow afternoon. The difference this weekend, though, is that we are bringing back the chance for thunderstorms. A few isolated thunderstorms are possible Saturday afternoon. Sunday, more likely to see storms, but the severe weather threat still stays relatively low. But Sunday is definitely your best bet to get hit by a storm heading into the weekend. Through this evening tonight, mostly clear. Temperatures staying pretty warm tonight, only going to drop down to the mid-70s by daybreak tomorrow. There's our isolated storm chances, so not expecting everybody to see wet weather tomorrow afternoon, but any storm that does pop up just has that chance to briefly turn severe. Sunday, this is when we're expecting definitely a better opportunity to see more scattered, even numerous showers and thunderstorms, so make sure you are keeping an eye to the sky for any Sunday plans you have. You can see our rain chances only increase later next week. Sunday, all the way through next Wednesday, we're expecting pretty decent chance for some rainfall. And this is where our potential maybe to see some flooding issues is going to come into play. If you get underneath these storms, you can quickly pick up several inches of rainfall. Not everybody's going to see flooding issues, but just where that isolated spot ends up, we're going to have to keep a close eye on it. Want to briefly mention this. This is an Invest 93L. This has an 80% chance of developing into a tropical depression this weekend. Later next week, further development looks possible as it drifts north. The eventual path of that storm plays a big role in what type of impacts we see here locally. So right now, the further west it goes, worse for us. The further east it goes, better for us. No real solid concrete details on what to expect just yet, so we'll keep an eye on it through the weekend.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. Parents, you've likely been here before. You're rocking your baby or pushing them in a buggy, but the second you stop, the crying starts again. The Rocket is an attachment for your stroller that promises to keep rocking your baby so you can rest. Rachel Hackbarth asked the question, Does it work?
This is the $59.99 Rocket Baby Rocker. It's an attachment that promises to rock any stroller, bassinet, or buggy, calming down your crying baby with vibrations. Newborn specialist Sarah Skiles considers herself a walking instruction manual for new parents.
It's a common frustration for new parents to stop pushing the stroller to unload the groceries or whatever, and then the baby begins crying because of the loss of the motion.
We're given the Rocket and a stroller strap. This model uses 4 AA batteries. Those are not included.
Oh, we need a little screwdriver.
Sarah finds the Rocket is a little difficult to open.
There we go, now it's moving.
So far, what do you think about assembly?
Well, I think it's pretty simple, just it does take a few extra minutes to undo all of the screws.
But once our batteries are finally installed, the Rocket takes off.
It does. Wow.
It's like an egg shaking or something.
Yeah, it looks like one of those shake weights.
With our strap attached, Sarah can now fit the Rocket on this stroller.
It says to make it as vertical as possible, so I'm just trying to pull the strap tight. Let's turn on the on button.
We're using a doll for this test, and it is being rocked.
And is this the kind of motion you think that a baby would like?
Yes, this gentle side-to-side motion is very comforting for little babies.
This infant specialist thinks this device could help new parents.
And I think this could be helpful for parents who are out for a stroller walk and trying to get the little baby to settle down and take a little nap.
Okay, so you think it works?
I think it works.
For Does It Work, I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
There you go. That could save you some energy on some very late nights. All right, is it too soon for pumpkin spice? Just ahead, the so-called CPO, Chief Pumpkin Officer, weighs in.
We're always open at TubDoctorofAugusta.com.
It is miserably hot outside, but for some people, fall is already in the air in the form of pumpkin spice. Joshua Skinner speaks with one woman whose entire life revolves around the upcoming season to hear what she has to say.
It's an epidemic. Pumpkin pillows, pumpkin lanterns, even pumpkin Disney.
Pumpkins just make people happy.
I sought out Metro Atlanta's foremost pumpkin to get to the bottom of the pumpkin-demic.
They do call me the pumpkin lady.
Her name is Kelly Laughlin, and her business revolves around, you guessed it, pumpkins.
You've got gourds, and you've got white, you've got stackable, you've got pie pumpkins, you've got giant pumpkins.
Laughlin is the chief pumpkin officer of Pretty Pumpkin Porches Atlanta, meaning she purchased pumpkins on people's porches.
Started last year with 52,000 pounds pumpkins.
And even in August, Americans can't get enough of the vegetable.
Pumpkin is a fruit.
What?
Pumpkin is a fruit. It's not a vegetable. Everybody thinks it's a vegetable, but it's a fruit.
Not relevant to this story. But what is relevant is pumpkin season officially kicks off with Starbucks selling its popular pumpkin spice latte. Maybe the biggest hoax in all of consumerism.
Well, I think that's a deep secret that people don't realize that there's not pumpkin in pumpkin spice.
It's more likely people don't care. They just want more pumpkin.
Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pancakes, pumpkin ice cream, pumpkin shakes.
Hefty even introduced a pumpkin spice trash bag today, strong enough to carry multiple pumpkins.
I think people really want something to be happy about and celebrate.
Meaning it's just a matter of time before pumpkin pizza.
It's never too early. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think it has to be, a little bit cooler outside. But no matter whether you are already celebrating fall season or not, I think we can all agree, a hot pumpkin spice latte, no, we can get it iced for a little while, I guess. And take a look at this. 4 new massive cranes are delivered in Savannah. These gigantic ship-to-shore cranes will clock in at nearly 300 feet tall when they are finally fully assembled. This is part of a $1.9 billion infrastructure upgrade underway right now to keep Georgia ports up to date. And even with this heat, the large crowds came out to watch this big delivery. Because, Riley, that's something you don't see every day.
No, those are massive. I'm pretty sure they're some of the largest in the world, so crazy stuff. Heading right up the Savannah River, just a little downriver from us. Hey, weekend forecast. It's going to stay hot, it's going to stay humid, but we also have the chance for storms, and some of those could turn severe. Now look at the forecast just after the break.
Make this the summer event in Waynesboro.
2.9% financing available.
New brand Bighorns and Laramies, 2.9% APR, up to 72 months. Good to go. Waynesboro.com.
Make the news.
And that's all I did.
Big city selection with hometown prices.
Plus, every pre-owned vehicle is backed by J.D. Power's Platinum Warranty.
Choose the exact vehicle you want, and we'll deliver it within 500 miles. Take a short drive on Highway 25 to save time and money.
A heads up for this weekend, the USA Cycling Criterium is expected to impact traffic and parking in downtown Augusta. On Sunday morning, starting at 5 a.m. bright and early, there'll be road closures along Broad Street near the Augusta Commons and along 7th, 9th, and Reynolds Street. So keep that in mind if you plan to be in that area. Closures will end at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Riley, it's going to be hot for them out there.
Absolutely, Mayor. I'm glad they're starting out there early Sunday morning. We'll see how far they can make it into the afternoon because we're actually looking at pretty decent storm chances late into the day on Sunday. No real risk for storms the rest of this evening, though. If you're stepping out, we're really just worrying about the heat and humidity. 97 on the thermometer, but 102 on the heat index. So dangerous heat and humidity out there over the next couple of hours. If you are stepping out this evening, we got a game at SRP Park. So Green Jackets in town. We got high school football games. Remember, a lot of those high school games have been pushed to 8 p.m. instead of a 7:30 kickoff to accommodate for this heat. So temperatures will stay pretty warm out there. We'll still likely be in the 80s by around 10 o'clock later tonight. And there's not much relief from any cloud cover. We're seeing mostly sunny skies at the moment. Fairly cloudy skies over Manuel County. So Swainsboro, if you got a game down there tonight, luckily the sun's not beating down on you too much. But we are expecting a better opportunity for storms to pop up this weekend. So make sure you are keeping an eye to the skies Saturday, Sunday afternoon. And then next week, it's looking like a washout. Widespread rain chances Monday all the way through next Wednesday. We're going to have to monitor that chance possibly for some flash flooding. So make sure you clean out those gutters.
All right, some good advice. Thanks for that, Riley. Much more news and weather to come. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a bit.